Since there was a bit of interest in the video I did on the Reciva radio, the internet radio, and the fact that the Reciva portal is now closed and the radios themselves are very limited in what you can do with them. If you've got some presets set on your radio, they'll probably still work, and that's about it. I thought I'd show you another internet radio I have. I have a couple of internet radios that still work. This particular model is a Bush, but it uses the Frontier Nuvola portal, which is still working, and radios using this portal are still being sold. So I thought we'd just look at how the internet radio works and how easy it is to find radio stations in different countries and different genres. So, as I say, this is a Bush radio. It's a fairly low cost one from our local Argos store. Bought it a year or so ago. Just move a bit closer into the display on the radio, and you can see we're on World Radio Network at the moment. I'll just up the volume a little bit.
Population from the government in services and subsidies. So this was what we submitted. Okay,
so that's that. But that's set on one of my presets. But if I press the knob here, the select knob, we'll see that there are various ways now that I can find a new station. And I'll just select the stations option. We can search on location, genre. We can search for a station by name, which we can pick out letters and numbers and so on, and type those in. We can look at a list of popular stations and select one of those, or we can go back and we can look at a particular location. So this is then split down into the various continents: North America, Oceania, South America. So let's take South America, and then you can see we've got all the various countries listed. Let's see if we can find Falkland Islands. We can list all the stations in the Falkland Islands, and let's see if we can pick up Falklands radio. Takes a little while.
All parties in COP26, but I can say that we are already seeing large corporates in India declaring their net zero decarbonization plans, right? So why are we so hung up on having India really, as a nation, declare their net zero targets in COP26? It will happen.
That's interesting. We can also take a step back, and I'm going to try the BFBS station, British Forces. Okay, just there we are. And similarly, I'll show you, if we take the menu back and back again, we can also search on the type of station we want to listen to: kids, comedy, country music, bluegrass, classic, various decades. So if we're interested in the 1980s, we can select the popular 80s stations, and you can see there's quite a list here. You can take Absolute, for example, and we can just tune that in. Is it going to tune for us? Some of them take longer than others. That one's not going to work for some reason. We'll just try another one. 80s hits, Radio 10. Don't know what that one is. Okay, that's going to load up. Don't want too much of that. And Again, we can navigate back, and we can find some news stations perhaps. So let's see if we could go to daily news, and then again this is split down by countries. We could go to an Albanian station. Let's see what that brings up. Takes a little while to load the list. And we've got Radio Tirana. It's a familiar name from the old shortwave days. I guess this is going to be an Albanian, but let's give it a try. Okay, so we've actually got music on that one. That's interesting. Let's try Radio Tirana 3. See what we get there. Interestingly, for something that's listed as news, we've got music. So you can't always go by the classifications. Let's try Algeria. Radio Algeria 1. And here we go.
تستمعون إلى القناة الأولى. تريد التغيير. ابصم وأتمم البناء المؤسسي.
Okay, that sounds a bit more like a talk station. So let's go back a bit. So we did news. All these pop. So religion, you still get plenty of that on shortwave. So let's see if we can select that. And what we'll do, I think, is go to USA. There'll be plenty of those there. See if there's anything that looks familiar. So here are all the USA stations that are listed under the religious tab. I'm wondering, actually, we go back up. Will we see anything like WRMI or something like that, maybe? Let's have a look. WWCR. Okay, that's a familiar one. WWCR, let's try that. A few of those on the short waves.
The whole world and feeding the poor and homeless. The churches of Christ are those local self-governing congregations found in Romans 16:16.
So that's just a little look on an internet radio that works. This particular radio will also do. It's got an auxiliary input. It also receives FM and it receives DAB, and you can use it to play music from your own server if you've got a machine set up as a server. I've got a Roberts radio, which is a better quality than this, but uses the same portal and works very well. You can have a lot of fun with these, and you can spend literally hours searching for stations in all parts of the globe. It's not quite as satisfying as shortwave radio, perhaps, but it's a way of accessing local radio stations all over the world from something that I think you'll agree still looks pretty much like a radio. So there's a little demo of an internet radio that works. This is the Frontier Nuvola portal, and it serves this Bush radio, the Roberts radio, and maybe others. I know there is, I think Pure still does internet radios as well, but I'm not sure what portal they use. So I hope you found that of some interest. That's the Bush Internet Radio.